Where we at? Yes, sir. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it like this here. Let me get the mood right with some Spanish fly, cause this sets the mood on what I'm gonna be talking about today when it comes to this Memphis rap history.
Mr. Z's with the big bass kickbox. Now Mr. Z's with the big bass kickbox. Mr. Z's got the brand new beeper watch. Mr. Z's got the neon lights and tags everywhere. Lights under your car, it's like you're floating on air. Mr. Z's got some new amps in, yeah. High phonics, auto text, Targo, and that vent, yeah. Radar detectors just $29. The fancy seat covers just make you wanna holler. Mr. Z's, Mr. Z's, Mr. Z's. He's even selling cordless telephones, G. Now Mr. Z's, Mr. Z's, Mr. Z's. He's even selling cordless telephones, G. Mr. Z's and 245 North Cleveland. Mr. Z Sound Express, yeah. DJ Spanish Fly, Memphis, Tennessee. And this shit go on and on and on. And this shit don't stop even at the break of dawn. Yeah. I'm going to Mr. Z's. I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beeper hooked up real cheap, cheap. I'm going to Mr. Z's. I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beeper hooked up real cheap, motherfucker. Mr. Z Sound Express, 2245 North Cleveland.
Right, Spanish Fly did a whole commercial with that song. You hear me? He did a whole commercial with that one. You did. Hold on, y'all. Let me check on something. Matter of fact, hold on. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jam that jump one more again. We're gonna take y'all back to Mr. Z's while I check on this.
I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beaver hooked up real cheap.
Hey,
I'm going to Mr. Z's. I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beaver hooked up real cheap. I'm going to Mr. Z's. I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beaver hooked up real cheap. I'm
going to Mr. Z's.
I'm going to Mr. Z's to get my beaver hooked up real cheap.
Hey,
Mr. Z's got it going on hot because he hooked up my amps and now I'm bumping a kickbox. Authorized dealer, pioneer, warrior, and Jensen, MTX, Invisibine, you better get some.
All right.
Mr. Z's, he's hooking up the beat.
I'm going to turn it down a little bit while I'm playing in the background. I see a couple of people checking in. Alex Davis. Alex, what's up, man? Cadillac on Deuces, huh? Yeah. Cavius, what's happening, man? Salute. Welcome to the chat. Hold up. June of Wrath. Shout out to Mr. Z. Yes, sir. Adrian Rivers, yo, what's up, man? Cuzzo, I see you, Cuzzo. Bam, I see you, man. June of Wrath, okay. A word, you already know. Marcus Andre, yeah. D. Scott, what's happening, man? It's all good. We in here. Slick enough. What's popping, man? Oh, y'all getting started early today. Y'all jumping in early. Cuzzo Tyree, what's up with you, fam bam? All right, so yeah. So as y'all hear, I'm playing this Mr. Z's song by DJ Spanish Fly. And the whole point of that is, I want to talk today about how the Memphis rap scene started to really get out there. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple of different ways of those early days. Of course, today, it's so easy just to get on the internet and just, make a post. And keep making a post and keep, that's the way of today. Get on the internet, make a post, get your social media cracking, whatever the case may be, get your music out there. You can easily record your music, on a laptop. And, you can easily get your music out there in some way, shape, form, or fashion these days. But back then, it was a little more work, a lot more work, you know what I'm saying? So this is what it's going to be about today. Like, what did we do, to really get out there and get our music heard when it was no internet, you know what I'm saying? It was all about getting out there and touching the people in some way, shape, form, or fashion with your music. And, I want to also say this. If you didn't record your stuff on a 4-track if you had to go to a real studio, that costs some money, man. It took a little time, you know what I'm saying, to go in the studio and record a song, especially if you ain't. Well, I would say this: you had to have your stuff together, because you ain't want to go in there messing around, you know what I'm saying, and letting time constantly pass and running up time. So all right, let me see. So the first thing I want to do is talk about some of the stuff that we did to first get our music out there. And of course, before we was putting the tapes out, we had to just really just go out and perform. You know what I'm saying? You just go out and rap your songs in front of, people that, and hope, you rock the crowd and they get to talking and they spread the word about you. And this was the way before the tapes. Let me see before I jump in. Alex Davis said a lot of Memphis stuff didn't make it to the stores where I'm from. Hey, I feel you. A lot of them didn't. Hold up. You said Fox Sticks, Task Scam. We're going to talk about the Memorex. We're going to talk about the Max L cassettes, you know what I'm saying, all them tapes. But yeah, I feel you on that. Some of the stuff didn't make it to some of the stores in certain places. But before we even had a chance to get in stores, we really had to get out there and perform in front of people. You know what I'm talking about? Jonah Rap, what you say? Or the karaoke machine. That's how my uncle used to record. Hey, man, by any means necessary. You feel me? By any means necessary. So here's one of the first, I'm not going to say this the first place, but this is one of the places that we went to perform. And it was not a place, it wasn't set up for you to go and perform, but we turned it into a place where we could go and perform. And when I show you this, it should, if you from the city, man, this should bring back memories. This Crystal Palace skating ring, man. Let me hit y'all with that. Crystal Palace skating ring, man. DJ booth right there. That was the DJ booth. How many of y'all remember Crystal Palace? The real question is, could you skate for real? Could you move and groove on your skates? Yeah, Crystal Palace. And shout out the other skating rings in the city. Shout out the other skating ring. Southside skating ring. What's the John in Raleigh? It was one in Raleigh that actually lasted longer than most. Why I can't think of the name of the skating ring in Raleigh. But this Crystal Palace right here, man. How many of y'all could get down like that? Y'all see these folks getting down? I used to know how to crisscross with my skates and skate backwards. I used to be a fool on them skates. I want hard to some of these folks. Some of these folks, they was something serious. I'm trying to take y'all there. Crystal Palace skating ring, baby, boy. And this looks like it was a Southern Road Memphis Crystal Palace reunion right here. Alex, you said we had a couple of skating rings here. They closed like 30 years ago. 30 of them. 30 years ago, man. Hold on, where you at, Alex? Where you at, man? Shout the spot out so we can know what you, so I can make sure they know where you at. Y'all see that? Could you do those moves? Could you do those moves right there? Could you do those moves? Ugh. Man, Slick trying to juke with his, huh? I don't think I could do that part right there. I used to know how to skate real fast too. I used like to race people. I used like to race people around the skate ring. Okay, Wisconsin. All right, Alex, what's up, man? What's up with you, man? Y'all got that good cheese out there, man. Junior Rap, you in Texarkana. What's happening, man? But you in Longview now. I could dig it. But anyway, man, I just wanted to show y'all this Crystal Palace because, of course, it was the skating ring in the city. And I'm gonna jump off this. I think that was it. Shout out to the Southern Roll Memphis. That was a second annual before Crystal Palace closed down, as you know. Alex, what'd you say? I live pretty close to Chicago and Milwaukee. Okay, dig. Okay. Shout out to my guy. What's happening, man? So yeah, I just wanted to show that skating ring because that was one of the places that we performed at. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you one of my performances from back then. You know what I'm saying? Literally, this was the skating ring back then. So let me hit you with this, man. Let me hit you with this. This is where some of the rappers, when we trying to get our name out there, we just went out there and performed. You feel me? So, and this Crystal Palace skating ring was one of those spots. And here's a little idea of what it was like performing. It was a little stage in the center. It was a middle spot, but I'll show it to you. And everybody just came, a little lightweight stage, and everybody stopped skating, took the skates off, and we rocked the building just like this here.
Is Crystal Palace in the house tonight? Yeah. Well, ladies, hear you say get pop, get pop. Well, ladies, hear you say get pop, get pop. Well, ladies, hear you say make money, money, make money, money, money. Say make money, money, make money, money, money. Do the ladies want this mother? Do the ladies want this mother? And the fellas ain't hitting them. Ain't looking like, ain't talking about.
I'm gonna pause it right there because there's a reason why I did that. You couldn't cuss in the skate ring. You know what I'm saying? That was one of their stipulations. They'll let you come and perform, but the rappers could not cuss. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like one of my first performances there, and they made it clear before I came out. During the rap, I know you said with Juicy J was on stage. It was a few different people there. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right, so check this out. Let me get back focused. So they told me you cannot cuss, and that was one of the skating ring's stipulations. You just can't cuss. I don't know what it ended up being later, but during that time period, they made sure to tell me that. I said, okay, I ain't no cuss, but they can't stop the crowd from cussing. You know what I'm saying? So I already had a plan. I said, man, that's all right. Because when I said and the fellas ain't hitting on, I'm gonna let the crowd say it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that that was my way of getting around. He can't say I cuss. It was the crowd. You can't get mad at me because of what the crowd said. You feel me? So yeah, man, that was a duck head outfit. And let me tell you something about the duck head outfit. Back then, you know what I'm saying, if you from the hood guys didn't really wear the duck heads like that. But I said, man, I'm gonna do it just cause, it's not expected. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Monterius Projects. And it wasn't expected at that particular time for somebody from the hood to wear some duck heads. So I always like to try to do something, you know what I'm saying, to throw things off a little bit. And yeah, I did. I rocked the duck head, you know what I'm saying? And that part. So let's go back to it. This is the Crystal Palace skating ring. Again, I'm only telling y'all how we had to get our names out there. There was no internet. We had to get out there and rock the stage, you know what I'm saying? Rock the crowd and let people spread our names around. And this was actually before before certain people were putting tapes out. You know what I'm saying? We just had to get out there and jam and rock. Shout out to my guy Steve A. I'm gonna go back to this and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is the skating ring, Crystal Palace. Yeah. Hold on, man. I ain't mean to do that. I want y'all to see that curl. Look at that curl. Right, look, that was a nouveau curl, man. You hear me? That was a nouveau curl. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't a regular curl. You know what I'm saying? That was a nouveau curl, man. You know what I'm saying? I always have to make sure people get it right, man. It's a nouveau curl. But yeah, Crystal Palace skating ring. That's what we had to do to get our name. That was one of the spots. It was definitely plenty of spots that we had to go to perform and just get our names out. This before we was able to put tapes out and stuff like that. You just really had to get out there, man, and let people know, you know what I'm saying, you are somebody that they should be paying attention to. And I got to shout out my guy Steve A. Steve A was one of those first guys that really took us, you know what I'm saying, to different places to perform. He took us, a lot of us, outside of Memphis for the first time. You know what I'm saying? We were going to like different places in Mississippi and Arkansas and Tennessee and, you know what I'm saying, and doing shows. And just, again, this is what we had to do to get our names out there at the time. And not only that, we got to talk about one of the places that we really, you know what I'm saying, got our names out there, and that was Studio G. And here's a little clip of A-Ball and MJG at Studio G at the time. This is in 91. A-Ball and MJG, Studio G was one of the spots. Pimps don't play. Audio low as hell. Was that Killer B? That's MJG. Of course, that's A-Ball right there. J Smooth, light skinned dude right there. J Smooth. That's what I'm all about. And get your back broke. Yeah, we had, Pretty Tone was there. Listen, that this particular show. Let me let it jam a little bit, even though it's low as hell. Left fist, right fist, and then it's the crucifix. Organized rhyme. Look at that gangster walk circle. That was a gangster walk circle right there. Yeah. All right, let me pause. Man, it just jumped in before I know it. God damn. But listen, again, I'm really trying to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, the way we had to really get our names out there at the time, man. You had to go out there and perform, and Studio G was definitely one of the spots, you know what I'm saying, that the Memphis rap scene was able to, and of course we could cuss there, so you know what I'm saying, that what made it even better. You could, you know what I'm saying, you could get your stuff off, you know what I'm saying. Crystal Palace was the other spot. And, you know, people, it was just one of the spots, you know what I'm saying. Go out there, rock, and, you know, get your name out there. Club Memphis was another spot. Do I got Club Memphis over here? Do I got Club Memphis? I just got a little picture of Club Memphis right here. Club Memphis. Right there in Orange Mound Park in Pendleton. That was a spot. You know what I'm saying? Then they ended up moving to Westwood. But again, that was one of the spots that we went to, you know what I'm saying, to rock and connect with the audience and connect with the crowd. It was a lot of fun doing those shows. But again, you had to get out there, you know what I'm saying, and really get your name going. You know, you couldn't wait around to get your name going. Let me check out some of these chats real quick. We said I missed the show. Alex, what did you talk about, man? Everybody say I missed the show Soul Train. Soul Train was something serious, though. Don't trust me. I was front and center, you know what I'm saying? Front and center. But yeah, Junior Rat, you right, Pretty Tony was there. I was there. I remember rocking Lyrical Drive. But this was this night. It was a lot of us. It was just like some kind of rap showcase that was going on. So anybody in the Memphis rap scene at that time was on that stage that night. So yeah, that was a good look. Was Lil Hayne? Yes. Oh, thank you, June. Thank you, June. Shout out to Lil Hayne, the stunt man. You know what I'm saying? Lil Hayne used to be lit on stage with A-Ball and MJG, man. You know, tell her what. When they say his name is Lil Hayne, the stunt man, that man did some real stunts. You know what I'm saying? He would do some. I used to do crazy stuff on stage, but Lil Hayne, the stunt man, he would do some stunts. Like, man, I'm not doing that. Hey, man, you might flip and just fall on, you know what I'm saying, and hit the ground hard as a bud, man, and then jump back up. Like, wow. All right, let's see. Jarvis Robinson, there, 1991. I was 1 year. You was 1 year old, man. 1 year old. He was 1 year old. Well, hey, man, that's why I'm here to, you know what I'm saying, to bring you back up to speed, man. That way you can see what you didn't see when you was 1 year old, man. Pooping in your pampers, man. 380 Beale Street. You know what it say, Cavius? That's what it is. Smackdown. Said this footage is gold. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real stuff, man. A-Ball got the, yeah, Ball had the curl. Hey, the whole city of Memphis, damn near, not everybody, but the curls was a thing in Memphis at the time. Was it A-Ball or Killer B? Yeah, Killer B, the Cap Pillar. Yes, sir. Shout out to Killer B. What you said, Alex, you said you was a teenager in the 90s, and it was, yes, sir. And we were always teenagers at that time, so, yeah. Jelks, what's up, man? You said you performed there twice. First time, you got booed. Oh, man, they ain't boo you the first time. You said being from Riverside. Second time, you rock. Okay, you bounce back. That's all that matters. But, hey, that, in real life, it was like the Apollo. Studio G was really like the Apollo, man. You had to come and rock. Because if you didn't, they gon' the crowd will let you know. It was for real. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't giving them the business, they gonna give you the business. And it was that simple. Alex, you said I used to hang out with the VLs and GDs. Okay, dig. Jarvis, Hearst Village, baby. Shout out to Hearst Village, man. Shout out to Hearst Village. So, yeah. Now, so, Studio G, Crystal Palace, Club Memphis. And I'm going to tell you another place that we used to perform at. And that was the high schools. Whenever we can go to a high school and perform. And here's a clip from me performing at Melrose. This is me performing at Melrose. And I was doing another lyrical drive-by for the first time. It wasn't even out yet. I just wanted to test the waters to see if people going to react to it. And A-Ball and MJG, I reached out to them. I said, man, I'm in y'all hood, man. I'm in Orange Mound. I need y'all to come kick it with me at this performance I'm doing at the high school at Melrose. So you'll see A-Ball and MJG on stage with me. But that was another way we had, you get out there. You perform in high schools as well. So this is Melrose High School. This is how we got our names out there back in the day. During school. This is I'm after school. This is during school. Folks just went crazy. Folks went crazy. And I'm just extra hyping it up. Orange Mound, turned up. MJG, Big Ball. Melrose, man. Orange Mound, man. Look at them folks over there on the side. They just said, man, the hell with this, man. We ain't in school no more. When you turn the auditorium to the club. Alex, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. The DOC. Orange Mound, y'all will turn. Tattle, boom. All right, you see the principal over there. I think is he a principal or a teacher? He over there trying to hold it down. Those girls dancing, they the ones that brought me because it was their talent show. Now you see the corner and got lit again. Look at that corner. Look at the corner, man. Look at them folks. Look at the teacher trying to, or the principal trying to tell, man, go sit back down. Man, folks, I ain't hearing it. Look at them. Them folks stupid lit. Now they holler, Orange Mound ain't buying that shit. Orange Mound ain't. Man, I'm just when I told y'all you throw my hair when I'm performing, that's an example. That's an example right there. Just went nuts on stage. All right, man, y'all get the picture. Y'all get the picture. Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat. Boom. Yeah, y'all get the picture. Hey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There it is, man. There it is. I'm having fun looking back at it. To be honest with you, it was so much fun, man. I apologize now. 30-something years later, man, for disrupting the school for 5 minutes. Totally disrupted the school, man. I didn't know they were gonna be cussing and stuff, man. I didn't know they were gonna go that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to see if they were gonna get lit with me, but then, man, I didn't know they were gonna go that ham. They went ham. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Orange Mound Bound, man. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, again, I'm just explaining to y'all how the Memphis rap sound and sing started to get out there. Once we made songs and stuff, you had to go and perform in front of people. You know what I'm saying? So and you had to have a good performance. Because if you didn't, the crowd either going to look at you like, what the hell you doing? Or they might start booing. You saw Jeff said, man, he did it, and folks started booing, man. So you had to, the people will let you know if you should be on that stage or not, if you should be performing or anything like that, man. The people will let you know. So let me go back to the chats, man. It's a vibe. You say that's lit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Smack, man, I used to rock the. That's one thing for sure, man. I get out there and turn up. Don't give me the mic. I'm a laid back, chill dude. But once I get that mic, it's OV. I'm going crazy every time. Alex, you said, did you steal the beat from Lyrical Drive-By from DOC? I 100% did. Man, I told SMK. The first Lyrical Drive-By, I told SMK, man, I said, man, that funky enough from DOC, man. I love that junk. Man, I need you to sample that, and I want you to flip it a little bit, and make it a little more Memphis. And that's what he did. And then I put that little eerie sound. I just got on the keyboard, and this is a little bend thing you got on the keyboard, and I hit that sound, and it go. Don't give it a little eerie sound on top of it. So, hey, Alice, yeah, man, I hit DOC for that. I ain't finna lie, man. I mean, it is obvious. It is. It's obvious. All right, let's see. No, still no. Hey, you right. It was a sample. I sampled it. You know what I'm saying? And if they want to say the sampling is stealing the sampling, hey, whatever's clever. All right, hold on. Let me tend to myself for a minute. I'm gonna turn my head for a second. Wipe my nose. This is live. We are live, like my guy Raider J would say. But yeah, let me go back to these chats. Let's see. And he got it from, oh yeah. Thank you, June. DOC and Dr. Dre, they got it from the Silvers. You know what I'm saying? I hit DOC and Dre, but Dre and DOC, they got it from the Silvers. You know what I'm saying? So, so they stole it too. Everybody was stealing. Yes, sir, you did. Job, we say he bad as hell. I hear you. Let's see. Let me catch back up with y'all. Then we're gonna keep moving. Those were good old days for sure. At the day, so what happened to him? He like, man, what you said, man? Cause DOC was something serious. He was something serious. That was a rapping man. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. He wrote for so many. He wrote for Dre. He wrote for Snoop. So a lot of those Death Row hits, even though we didn't hear his voice was being heard through other people. So, you know what I'm saying? He still did his thing. What you said? What we at? Was lit for real, man? I'm telling you, it was stupid lit. At the day, my high school was lame. Probably why I didn't go much. Oh man, like that, huh? It's about Dirty. What's up, Dirty? What's up with your fam bam? Dig. That was up. Hold on, I don't know what you about to say, Junior Rap. I just see something about Japanese people. What you said? Okay, you said they doing it on TikTok. 32 years later, came a phenomenal. Yeah, from a long way. I understand what you're saying, but I think I'm messing up what you're saying at the same time. But I feel what you're saying. But yeah, Melrose was stupid lit, man. Smackdown for sure. Life's a song worth singing. What's up with you now? You said I remember getting bugged back in there in the. You said high tech boots. Oh yeah, whatever you got to do, you make it happen. All right, you did. All right, let's get back to it. Digital Dads, I appreciate what you just said because I really do forget to tell people. Man, hit the like button. And if you ain't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. If you ever saw the first 2 episodes, I had subscribe spelled without the S, and it was subscribe. So please subscribe or subscribe, whichever one you want to do. But yeah, man, subscribe to the channel so they can get me in this algorithm, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can turn it all the way up. So I can keep talking. I'm going to keep talking about talking no matter what. Because I like the fact that y'all rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? But let's take it to the next level. So if you're watching this, hit subscribe, like, you know what I'm saying? And when the video goes live, it's live now. When the video is actually uploaded after the live, make sure y'all comment. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff helps the algorithm know that y'all rock with this. That part. All right, so I'm going to get back to it. Again, I'm talking about what it took to get out there and get the Memphis scene, just really get it out there. So after I just showed y'all how we went to Melrose, we went to the high schools, we went to the Crystal Palace, we went to Studio G, Club Memphis, all of that. But my guy Steve A, he used to take us out of town, like I said, and this is not one of the spots he took us to, but he probably did. But the video I'm about to show, he didn't take us to this particular spot. But this gives you a vibe. This is on one of my clips from back in the day. Again, this is the early 91. And I did one, this first clip is in Coldwater, Mississippi. So we just started going outside of Memphis. And man, outside of Memphis showed more love. Memphis showed love. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to say it like that. But outside of Memphis, man, I'm like, man, we some superstars. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, we superstars outside of Memphis. So the first piece of this clip, I'm getting out of a limo in Coldwater, Mississippi. And man, the folk went crazy. Man, I thought I was Michael Jackson for a minute there. I couldn't believe it. And then the clip after that is in Bolivar, Tennessee. But this is how we had to this is how we helped spread the Memphis rap sound and scene beyond Memphis. And a shout out to my guy Steve A again. He's one of the guys. He's one of them that really took us to a lot of these spots in Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas. So here is Coldwater, Mississippi. As I'm getting out this limo, it's dark. And then the next clip gonna show me performing in Bolivar, Tennessee. Here we go. You see that little yellow? I put peeping my head out right there. They kind of be blocked. I'm gonna peep my head out a little bit with the yellow hair right there. That's me right there. Man, I was like, man, listen, man. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, hold up, these folk going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in Coldwater, Mississippi. Folk going crazy, man. It tripped me out. But of course, it was going to those different spots, all these small towns where they show extra love. And I appreciate them to this day. Not only for me, they did that for all the different rappers that came into the town. Tommy Wright III. It's so many names. Skinny Pimp. Just, what I'm saying? Everybody that could get out and do shows outside of Memphis, man. Those small towns in this surrounding area, man, really lifted us up. Here's a little clip from Bolivar, Tennessee. This is 91 as well. The guy right there is Hurricane from G-Style, but I don't think it was a group. They was a group at the time, I don't think. I might be wrong. Cocaine Wayne. There's me turn up. It was a Gangsta Pat show. I was opening up for Gangsta Pat in Bolivar, Tennessee. Get buck. Man, listen. I'm just, it was, of course, wherever, I'm going to go in no matter where I went. But this is the stuff we had to do. We had to go and perform in front of people. That's how you got your name out there. That's how we helped spread that Memphis rap sound the vibe, and you know what I'm saying, we went out there and touched the people. It wasn't no, again, of course, clearly it wasn't internet, which is way easier, you know, just upload your stuff. And man, technically you got a worldwide audience, but we had to touch, you know, first, you know, you had to go to the different clubs, the different schools, you know what I'm saying? You had to go hood to hood, you know, really get your name out there. And then once you got the city behind you, then you had to go out there and do the same thing, but you had to go in different other, a bunch of the small towns and, you know what I'm saying, get your name out that way. But this all contributed to, you know what I'm saying, the Memphis rap scene spreading out there. This is what the Memphis Rap History is all about, man. We're going to talk about how did the Memphis rap sound and scene start really getting out there? How did it start spreading beyond Memphis? We had to get out there and touch the people. You know what I'm saying? And not only, once we did start getting tapes and an actual product, you actually had to go to the record stores. You really had to go and touch the record stores and the stereo shops. You had to get out there. And that was a reason, if anybody that saw the early part of this, when I was playing the Spanish Fly Mr. Z's was one of those spots, especially with the mixtapes. You had to go and get your music out there to the stereo shops, Stereo One, Car Toys, and you know what I'm saying? The list goes on. I know y'all know some more of them spots that I ain't thinking about. When it comes to stereo shops, and of course the mom and pop stores, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute. Matter of fact, I found this little clip of this guy going to Mr. Z's. What's his name? I think his name Homer. Well, no, Homer was in Mr. Z. He was one of the guys in Mr. Z's. But anyway, I'm gonna show this little clip. Now, when I found it, he kind of, when he was videoing, the actual video is sideways, so I ain't got nothing to do with that part. But this is actually a good look. If you ain't never been to Mr. Z's, if you turn your head sideways like this here, you might can actually really see what's going on. Here it is, a little clip of actually going into Mr. Z's stereo shop, one of the places you had to go and you know, get your tapes and stuff in there so people can hear your music. Walking in Mr. Z's right here. That's the door.
Come on. Good, you good.
Turn your head sideways so you
Doing my little loud,
feel like you see all those kickboxes everywhere.
Yeah, y'all know to find me Mr. Z, man.
He going to the back, but I think as he passed the front, I think you can see where the tapes and stuff used to be at. Let me see. There was a little case at the very front. Let me see if I can get it back where you can kind of see it. Man, he was sideways with it, man. You really can't see it, man. Damn. But right when you first come in, it was a glass case that had all the mixtapes and stuff. So that's just one of the spots. So besides performing, first you had to get out there and perform and get your name out there. Once you get your name out there, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, now you can put you get your music out there. Everybody didn't perform first. Some people just put their stuff on the mixtape and then just, you know what I'm saying, distribute it. But I always feel like it's good to get your name going because people start coming looking for your stuff. So, but Mr. Z's and all the car stereo shops was one of those places that we had to go to. You know what I'm saying? And outside of the stereo shops, we had the mom and pop spots. Matter of fact, let me get to one of these mom and pops. Hold on, but let me say this. Before you got your mixtapes done, as you can see, like this little Grove mixtape, you went to this place called H&W Distributors. They are the ones that pressed up all of these tapes with the white label on it. You know what I'm saying? It was H&W Distributors. It was on Summer Avenue. And then once you get your tapes done, then you go out there, you know what I'm saying, get them to all the stereo shops. You get them to the mom and pop stores. And, you know what I'm saying, and you went to mom and pop stores, like, let me make sure I got the right one up before I just switch it over. This is one of the mom and pop stores in South Memphis. Boss, Ugly Bob's. Yeah, if you from South Memphis, Soulsville, this is one of the places you went to get your tapes. Right here. And this is what's considered a mom and pop store. Right in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You go and get your tapes and you know, put it in your car and you ride out and you wang. You wang it through, you know what I'm saying? Your speakers go crazy. So between the stereo shops and the mom and pop stores, here's another one out of North Memphis. Hopefully I got this right. Yeah. This was Ike's Record Store in North Memphis, another mom and pop spot. And before, actually, a fact about this, before it was Ike's Record Shop, years before it was Ike's Record Shop, it was actually Selecto Hits. Selecto Hits started in this same spot, right here, you know what I'm saying, in North Memphis, before they moved on to a bigger and better place. But at the time, it was Ike's Record Shop. It was another one of those mom and pop stores you went to get your tapes in. It was a store in Orange Mound. I remember I used to go to. I can't think of the name of it. If you're from the Mound, you got to speak on it for me. Whatever that spot was in the Mound. And if it's any other like mom and pop store or stereo shop that I'm not thinking about that y'all remember, if you're from Memphis, it was a spot in West Memphis that I remember I used to go to put tapes in their stores. And yeah. And the skating rings, let me tell you another thing about the skating rings. The skating ring really was a spot to go and perform and get in front of people, because I used to go to perform at the West Memphis skating rink. Used to be lit, you know what I'm saying? I remember performing at, what was it, Dyersburg? Was it Dyersburg? I think it was Dyersburg, Tennessee. There was a skating rink out there I used to perform at. So the skating ring used to be a spot to really go out there and, you know what I'm saying, get your name out there and perform in front of people and really build your fan base up. So I'm just trying to get y'all the game on what it took to really get this Memphis rap sound and scene out there. Between going out there and touching the people, performing, whether it's the club scene, whether it's skating rinks, whether it's high schools. Even if you didn't do that, you get your tapes and you get it to the stereo shops. And the stereo shops will spread it out. You get it to the mom and pop stores. Pop Tunes. I can't forget about Pop Tunes. Pop Tunes was more of a chain store, a local chain store, but they had a network where they used to get if you get them in Pop Tunes, they'll get them to a lot of other stores, even outside of Memphis. So Pop Tunes played a huge role in helping the Memphis music get out there, the Memphis rap music get out there a little more. Cats was another spot that we used to go to. But after Pop Tunes, I think Pop Tunes really turned on Selecto Hits. There's Pop Tunes right there. Shout out to Pop Tunes right there on Poplar. If you ever went. Of course, you see how the posters and stuff is on the window. You go to these different stores, on your own. You know what I'm saying? You ain't waiting on nobody. You go there. You ask, can I put my poster up here? Some people just leave their posters, but a lot of us, you got to be a little aggressive and be like, when you first get there, you looking for a spot. So you go to them and say, man, I want to put my poster up because I got these tapes. I want after they buy the tapes, like, can I put the poster up so it'll help promote. And if they be like, yeah, give us your poster, we'll put it up later. I'll be like, hey, it's a spot right there. I already got some tape in there. I already got the tape. I'll put it up there. It'll save you some time. And they be like, all right, go ahead. Man, I'm saying, go in there ready. I already know the spot you're going to post up in and have your tape and stuff, and you go there and put it up yourself. So that way, when you leave, your poster is up there and people going to see it. And that was just and you did that at Pop Tunes. You did that in every mom and pop store you could get to in Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi. Really it helps spread that Memphis sound out there, man. In a lot of ways, the mixtapes for sure. You know what I'm saying? That did the damn thing. But after Pop Tunes, they kind of I think they're the ones that put Selecto Hits up on what was really going on with this Memphis rap scene and sound. So Selecto Hits ended up really helping spread it out there even more because they had a bigger distribution network. So if you were, you know what I'm saying, you were able to, get your name out there a little stronger, Selecto Hits will actually distribute you even further out to a lot of other record stores. And I got this little clip where Lil White is actually in Selecto Hits distribution. So you kind of see what it looks like in an actual distribution place that distributed tapes and CDs. So this Lil White actually in Selecto Hits.
I mean, everything from the lax to fucking, you name it. And
All those different shells, just tapes and CDs and
This is an
VHSs,
interesting album to me.
DVDs
This is one of my favorite
in
albums,
order.
to be honest.
So when they had got the order, you can go grab them and
Things like this.
ship them out.
Ooh, I didn't know Selecto put that one out.
Yes, sir. They put that out. They put out that Skeleton. They put out Project Pet Loud Pack. They put out one of my favorite albums I was on, Cutthroat album. Another classic, Chronicles of the Hustle Till I Die.
You've been on almost all of DJ Paul's projects.
Oh, yeah,
I've
for
noticed,
sure.
like a lot of these latter ones.
Fraser Boy, the
That one's
King,
fire, yeah.
Hard album. Another hard ass album. What you're staring at. What else we got back here? Chop and Screw version. Oh, classic.
Yep.
Classic. Crunchy Black on My Mind. Another classic right here. Stupid classic.
Yep. I just got that one the other day.
Oh, this album just keeps going. We got Chrome. We got Project Pet.
Oh, that's a classic mixtape right there.
Fraser Boy going on that Bay. Here, don't tell nobody, but this is just for you. Put that in your pocket. Put that in your pocket. We ain't gonna show the rest.
All right, so Lil White was actually in the section that was as you can see, was the hypnotized camp section of the warehouse. But as you can see, that warehouse has plenty of stuff in there. But Selecto Hits end up, becoming the big distributor out the city, and they really helped get it out there even further. Technically they got it out there nationwide at that point, and because they had a strong distribution network, and they worked with other distributors in other regions that helped get your stuff out there as well. So, this is pretty much a quick overview of how the Memphis sound and scene got out there. And there was a time, man, I was like, man, I want to learn how this distribution thing really goes. So I actually worked at Selecto Hits to learn the distribution game. That's when I learned about doing one sheets. A one sheet is something that you had your album cover on there and had a brief description of what the album was about and who the artist is, and you had the barcode, and you had the order number, and and how they can get the product, and Selecto Hits would send that out to all the record stores. So when the record stores get it, they read your one sheet, or you can go out there yourself, because I did that a lot. Just go out to the different stores myself with my one sheets and leave it with them, so they can really see what your product is. If they not familiar with you, they get to figure out what your product is and figure out if they want to order it or not. So, man, it was a real hustle. I guess that's what it all come down to, man. It was a real physical hustle. You really had to get out there and put some work in. You know what I'm saying? We have the luxury of working behind the computer and the laptops and the phone right now, but back then you had to get out there and really physically put in work, selling your stuff out the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Being at the club where the club popping at that night. You know what I'm saying? And selling your product right out the trunk. Right then, you know what I'm saying? You did it that way. Or you might go neighborhood to neighborhood bumping your music, and somebody, man, what's that you bumping, man? This is my new jump, man. What how much you want for it? Then you sell it that way. You really had to get out here and touch people in real life, physically. You know what I'm saying? Meet people, man. Let them see you. Let them know, you know what I'm saying? You really you ain't scared to come to their hood, and let them know. Just get out there. Whether you went to the schools, whether you went to the clubs, or whether you went to the skating rings, hood to hood, whatever you had to do, man, you get out there and you put the work in. So that is a brief overview of how we all played a part in getting that music out there. It wasn't just by, it just so happened to get out there. No, we really put some work in to get it out there. Of course, as people heard it, word of mouth, that helped a lot too, because somebody bumping it and they tell somebody and they tell somebody, that all played a part in it. But a lot of times you wouldn't know unless you got out there and put that work in there. So real work, real physical work, man. And I'm gonna end it right there, and I'm gonna go back to the chats because I'm gonna have to roll out to an event that I got to be at. But let me see if I can catch up with these chats. Y'all been talking, man. Y'all been talking. So let me see if I can catch up. Alex Davis said he missed the G-Funk rap. It don't exist no more. SmackDown Hotel. You said I remember buying Al Capone tapes at car tours in the Haven. Yeah, BAZ, man. BAZ. That show what car tours was. Alex Davis, the last Mr. Big from Mississippi was really good. Didn't put out much. Yep. The last Mr. Big was, hey, that man was hard for real. Yes, sir. Bolivar, Tennessee. That was one of the spots. No internet, man. Just tapes. Just get out there and put in some work. Some real work. You know what I'm talking about? Seth Chillis. What's up, homie? Big Memphis. Appreciate you tuning in and tapping in. You did? Slick enough. You said, plus you had bars, 3/16s, none. Man, what you said? You had to rap 3/16s, man. A song was not a song unless you had 3/16s in real life. That's true. Musicarium. Hey, man, Digital Dads. Thank you. Musicarium. That was in right outside the King Gates apartment because I lived in Kingsgate, and I used to go to Musicarium. I think that's where I bought my some of my first NWA tapes at. Right there at Musicarium. You ain't lying. Thank you. I knew y'all go. I was trying to remember that, John, too. Musicarium, right there on Winchester. Right outside, you come out the that long ass driveway at Kingsgate, you know what I'm saying, and turn to the right and walk on up to Musicarium. Man, hey, you done brought back some memories, Digital Dad. Alex Davis, CDs were super expensive back in the day. You ain't lying. They was a good twanker back then, especially with when you add the tax into it. Cassette tapes was half the price, but didn't last long. Because them just would snap. And don't let a tape get caught up in your tape player. How many of y'all used to, when your tape get caught up in the tape player, you had to ease the tape out, the tape hanging, right? Your tape hanging, and you got to slowly, you know what I'm saying, turn that junk to get the tape to go back in, but it got to go in right, because if it's twisted, if you don't catch the twist and you try to play it back, it's playing backwards. Everything playing backwards. You know what I'm saying? So you really had to pay attention to how you pull the tape back up and, you know what I'm saying, make sure it is not twisted. And sometimes it's a little crumbly, man, but you really had to take your time, man, because, yeah, you spent your money on your tape, man. You trying to make it last. And in a certain spot where it was a little crumbly, it started making an extra crumbly noise in that part. You'll be hearing it. And then it get clear. But hey, you saved the tape. The goal is to save the tape, man. You hear me? Let's see. Where we at? Well, Jordan Cummings would have been cooking dude if there was, man, if YouTube was back then, you sure ain't lying. Performance is always a plus. That's true. That's very true. He said, I love seeing live footage. Hey, and I got plenty more. Trust me, man. I got some more footage for y'all that y'all ain't seen yet. He said, wasn't No Limit a record store that Master P owned? I ain't gonna lie, I can't really answer that because it was not in Memphis, so I can't fully answer that. So yeah, that part. Ugly Bob, but handsome money. Man, yeah, he got his money in real life. Crafts in West, that's what it was. Crafts. Thank you, SmackDown Hotel. Man, y'all on point, man. I rock with y'all for real. Musicarium in the Hay and Crafts in West Memphis. That was the spot in West Memphis. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you reminding me the name. Alice, what you said, we only had music stores at the mall here. Yep, you're right. I mean, I wasn't there, but it was music stores in the mall. Sometimes the stores in the mall was like super corporate, and they wouldn't sell to, they wouldn't buy our tapes unless it went through a distributor. And a lot of those record stores that was in the mall, they were like super corporate. Let's see. Yeah, man. Hold on. Damn, I lost my spot. I stay doing it. Damn, they never stop. What you said, Lil White is awesome. Yeah, shout out to my guy, Lil White. You said put it in your pocket. You trying to get away with something, huh? Hold on, you say you used to steal albums back in the day. Alex, I believe you too, man. You admitted it. You admitted it. I believe you. That's when they had to start putting the little things at the door. So if they catch people that try to steal the tapes and CDs, well, they'll beat. You the reason, sir. You are the reason. Alcatraz, Clouds of Smoke, what's up with you, man? Reba, what's happening? DJ Homer D, what's up with you, my guy? Say on the check-in, thanks for this history. Hey, I'm here to give it to you. Salsa, what's up, homie? Just don't forget, brother, we used to use a pencil to rewind. Yeah, man, you had to do what you had to do, man. Put that, you can use your pinky thumb. I said a pinky thumb. If you got a pinky thumb, it's a problem. Your pinky finger, you can use your pinky finger, or you could use a pencil or a pen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do, man, you got to twist that tape and make sure it is not twisted up so you can preserve it, man. There's some history in itself, for real. What you said? Rewind taste, Cats on Union. Yeah, Cats on Union was a spot. And Celso, if you would have called me earlier, I was playing some stuff from Mr. Z's, from DJ Spanish Fly. So yeah, we definitely spoke on Mr. Z's. So Reba, we used to hit Pop Tunes on Lamar. Yep, Pop Tunes was on Lamar and Stereo One on Lamar. You sure ain't lying. And I already spoke on Boss Ugly Bob's in South Memphis. Pop Tunes on Lamar, Stereo One on Lamar. Those was two spots right there. You sure ain't lying. It was another spot, Reba, on I think it was on Park. Just as you passed Airways, it was in the shopping center. It was a black-owned store right there in the shopping center. I can't think of the name of it, but I remember going in there. It was in the Mound too. Let's see. We say you used a pencil and a yellow highlighter. Mr. Elson, that's what you had to do? That's what we had to do. You feel me? Alex, you said a lot of those old underground Memphis tapes sell for a lot. That's true. They do. They really selling them. But I think a lot I don't know how they can really tell, but some people can. When they sell for that much, it's normally the original copy that sell like that. But, I'm sure if some folks getting away with not selling original copies. So, yep, next to the washer. You feel me? That's exactly what I'm talking. I can't think of the name of it, though. But that was another mom and pop store that was in Orange Mound. So, listen, y'all, I'm about to roll up out this, John. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I just wanted to take today to tell y'all how the Memphis rap scene and sound really started to spread, in Memphis and outside of Memphis, and the work as an independent artist, the work you had to put in to really get your stuff out there. And, and it was, even though it was work, to me it was fun. It was like an adventure to me. To go out there and really work, and it was a hustle, and it was fun, especially when you're young, it's just fun. So had a good time doing all that. Eric Jackson, OG, you said you spoke about Memphis street history with the Bow fans. Tell the people about the Bone. Don't you start with the Bone family, man. The Bone family, man. When you said the Bone family, that's the name alone struck fear, and that's the truth. Listen, I'm gonna get into that a little. We'll come back and talk about the Bone family a little more. Eric, I'm glad you brought that up because it's the truth. The Bone family, that name, man, struck fear. Man, the Bone family coming up to the school. You know what? I remember being in elementary, and folks would be like, "Man, the Bone family coming up to the school." Everybody in school scared. And I got old. I'm like, why is the Bone family coming to an elementary to mess with some kids? Like, why would that even? But, hey, it was something that was said. And the name, the Bone family, was real. So, yeah, appreciate you bringing up the Bone family, man. Cloud Smoke, Memphis 10 history all day, man. Smackdown Hotel, much love. Listen, I appreciate everybody that came in the chat. I appreciate the love. Matter of fact, again, if you ain't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you ain't please like. And once this live goes up and we're not live anymore, please leave a comment, man. Talk to me. I talk back. You know what it is. So, hey, I'm going to end it there. I'm about to get ready to get in motion like the ocean. Yeah, man. And we're going to talk some more about the Bone family on another day. I'm about this thing. It's all love. It's Al Capone, Al Capeasy. Oh, boy. That part. Yeah. Big Memphis, man.